Hey everyone, welcome to the first edition of the Reddit Run. I'm Sarthak from RoadRunnerRacingCo Esports, and along with me, and pretty much for every Reddit Run episode, you'll have the RRR gamers going through a bunch of posts on a couple of subreddits. And before I move on to tonight's choice of subreddit, let's hear from the RRR gamers themselves.
Yeah, hey guys, I'm Alan Thomas and I go by the in-game name Killswitch X4.
Hey guys, I'm Daniel and my in-game name is Big Man Joe.
Hey guys, I'm Rudra and my in-game name is Ruds2512, and many of you might know me as the co-commentator for BRL along with my boy Sarthak here.
Hey guys, my name is Sushrit and I'm a mobile gamer. And my in-game name is Bwoah SV07. And I also feature on some of the post-race chats for the Bwoah Racing League as part of the technical analysis and strategic stuff.
Yep, strap man. And of course, before we get into the posts themselves, tonight's choice of subreddit, boys, is the Formula 1 game subreddit. I had to go there. It's one of the games we are all involved in anyway. And quirky posts for sure. We might as well start off with the first one. Don't hold back. Your engine just failed. What do you do? Swerve in front of two cars.
Oh my god. Might as well just park it.
Yeah, I mean the best thing he could do was just park the car. I
think he did park the car in a way. He parked all the cars.
Technically he did, yeah.
I need to see that again. That was shithousery at its best. Yes, it was. Is that Max Verstappen in real life? It's Red Bull.
I mean, what a track to get an engine failure on, right? I mean, just look at the turn and look at where he is. It's like, brace yourselves, basically.
Definitely. Zandvoort is a very interesting track. And that just made it better.
Oh, and Sarthak, this is exactly what happened in Austria with Blame Zeno, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
exactly the same. Yeah,
oh, okay.
So pretty much it was two cars parked on the kink at turn 3, and I was waiting for them to move. I'm coming at full speed. I'm just looking at them. I'm waiting 3, 2, 1. So at least one of you moved. None of them moved. So I swerved and then hit the barrier. So I can relate. Basically, it's sort of the same.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't beat them, crash them, right?
Crash into them.
Right.
Alan's smiling like he has some experience in that.
Oh yeah, the last few days I've been recording videos for RRRCo and yeah, pretty much every race sums up what's happening here.
Did you get a shot at watching his hot lap around Singapore?
Yes, I did. That was really nice. I was almost scared for that one time you went off track. I thought, okay, that's it. Done.
On to the next one then. I can't even explain this as user Valion. Okay, glitches not too rare in this game, but this one especially.
No, at least the game understands it. I mean, if this was Lewis Hamilton, the pit stop might be like, you know what? Just don't go out for today's race.
Yeah, we'll just be there.
Yeah.
You're gonna win it anyway. Let's give the boys a chance.
Yeah, that's how DAS works, by the way. That's what you do.
Yeah, I see the fist as well.
That you go up on
when
no
you
context.
Push it out, the
context.
wheels go out. When you pull it back and they come back.
You know what? This pit crew might just be the new aero upgrade for the front wing. You can see how well they have succeeded there.
Yep. That
500
needs to
IQ
go.
from Toto Wolff.
What Danny just said needs to go on the out of context F1 post.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm leaving my comment below.
Speaking of comments, there's one that says they're hiding the driver change because Lewis wrecked his car and is taking both classes.
Oh my god. This reminds me of another glitch in F1 2019. I don't know if it's there in F 2020, but if you were to be racing in Baku and after turn 1, if you somehow spin and go inside the pit lane at the exit, you can drive through the paddock inside the garages before you get disqualified, or you can just go for a tire change and then exit. But it's a pretty cool thing. I've seen people race inside the paddock.
And we saw this happen even for Wixty 6 in the race to 0R. He basically had no wheels and was on track. So imagine that.
Wow.
I think I finally understood what's going on here. Like this thing, I can't even explain this. It's Mercedes' new update to make sure that they can check the tires. Otherwise, Lewis is always Bwoah my tires. So now they have a proper monitoring system. Who needs Amazon when you have these engineers?
Oh God,
That's true.
Reddit
That
comments,
reminds
it's a whole, what would you call it? Community or a whole bag of worms. You can just keep going down the thread, and I mean, it's never ending.
Reddit is the holy grail of humor.
It never ceases to amaze.
Random
We need to check
strangers
Formula
just having
Bank.
like a back and forth with each other is amazing to see. It's crazy.
Yeah, we definitely need to check Formula Dank. It's even better than this. Those comments are something else.
So we know what we're going to do next Reddit run.
Yep.
This is one comment that I find quite funny. Girls, our signals aren't confusing. They're signals and this.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Jinx.
And I think the next one's relatively rare, or maybe on purpose, so to speak. But anyway, bouncing intensifies. And I think that's the Challenger events, if I'm not wrong. And that's an old Ferrari.
Yes.
It does look so.
Yep. And at Monza nonetheless.
This reminds me of Vettel.
Ooh, that was beautiful. I'm gonna see that again. I honestly thought he's gonna crash at the Parabolica and go bouncing, but no, this was even better. I'm glad I waited.
I love the audio cue, honestly.
I don't know why, but I was imagining Mickey Mouse in my mind when the bouncing started.
Oh my.
Yeah, and now you can't unhear it, I know.
You can't.
That's
I have a
everyone when
little
they hear
edit
the
request.
F1 theme song.
Oh yes, the flute one. I want the flute F1 theme song for this. I would have suggested something else, but I think it would be copyright. I was gonna put "They See Me Roll In" as an edit for this. Oh God.
Turn 1 Monza, man. Jesus. I mean, even in the new cars, right? I don't think that people really bounce as such. Maybe it's to do with this car in particular, because I've seen UK and stuff like pretty much drive flat out through this, and the car was pretty much fine. So
Yeah.
something to do with that Ferrari, yeah.
The suspension feels pretty loose. Like, of course, it's an older tech, but you can see the tires bouncing because of the suspension. So, yeah, different tech.
I think because of the shorter wheelbase as well.
True. And also, these cars were tanks with like their ground effect and stuff. Oh God! The moment the ground effect's off, whee!
Okay, but I
That
want
would
to
be a
know,
good sound effect, by the way, for the edit.
the driver is doing a time trial, right? And he invalidates his lap before, and then he invalidates his lap by driving through turn 1. So what was he trying? Was this one for the Reddit, or was this one for the records? I don't know.
Clearly one for the Reddit.
Yeah.
Well, he succeeded.
On to the next one. And the next one, since you all brought up pit lane exits and entries, I think the next one's very contextual to that. Has anyone ever wondered why they changed the Monaco pit exit? I didn't know this until I saw it just when I saw this post.
They changed the exit?
Yep, from back in the day, of course.
Okay. It feeds directly into the racing line, which is the big problem there. Yeah.
Leave that. Which F1 is this? Oh my god. This is definitely before 2000. It cannot be up. It's a beauty. But
The
wow.
comment says 1999 to 2002.
I think it's
F1 Challenge.
Yeah.
Looks like
F1
it did look like
Challenge,
Grand Prix. The parent comment is right. Wow.
That's just sheer madness.
Give me how this has a bonus track in the next F1. This track looks so good. in an unironically good way. Wow.
Either way.
I thought the same thing would happen at Mugello, with that pit entry. Like if two
Oh,
cars
yeah.
were following close by, like if one guy just darts in the pit lane, and I
That's-
feel
yeah.
the same thing would happen, but it never did. So, thank God.
I mean, it sort of happened during free practice between Perez and Raikkonen.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, was it Perez and Grosjean?
No.
It was
Things would have unraveled pretty differently if it was Grosjean.
He did say, don't they have radios at racing points? So yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the president is quick on his mouth.
No, it would
Wait, that's
start-
why he received the grid penalty also, right?
Perez, yeah, for that.
Perez,
yes, he
yeah.
received a
Yep.
one place
A
penalty. for that.
one place penalty. That's like
Yeah.
the
Super rare.
weirdest penalty I've seen.
Yeah, rare. It's pretty rare.
Oh.
Well, kick a man when he's down. Poor guy.
Well, that's debatable. Anyway, speaking of Grosjean, the next one is rather intriguing, to say the least.
It had to be Grosjean.
Yeah. Please rate my flip.
This rate might
This is Austria, no?
Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please.
Spa 2012 vibes.
Okay. I give him 100 for the flip, but 0 for the driving.
Yeah, I mean, this
That's
is not.
spicy.
Yeah. What is that sport called where they take those dirt bikes up those huge mountains and do flips in the air? Isn't that called something?
The supercross thing?
No clue.
Yeah,
Motocross.
right. And they do the stunts with that, right? 360,
Yes.
720 in the air. So, I mean, yeah, I think he was going for that, but then 2 wheels does not equal 4. So,
Or maybe he forgot.
he probably did. Someone says 8 out of 10 expected more barrel rolls also.
Someone said Alonso level.
yeah, that was the. You remember the crash in Albert Park? He collided with Grosjean and he went, I think, 2-3 times he flipped in the air. So that was also
Yeah.
Oh.
pretty intense.
Gutierrez, I think it was that he
Gutierrez,
collided
yeah.
with.
Yeah.
My mind went to
I'd say-
Hülkenberg. His role in Renault
That was
because of Grosjean. I think that was 2018
Mm-hmm.
or 2019. Yeah.
Abu Dhabi, yeah.
in Abu Dhabi.
Yep.
That was
And
scary.
also 2014 Bahrain, Maldonado and Gutierrez.
If you bring Maldonado,
Oh, I
I
don't
cannot
know
take you
that.
seriously. Lord Maldonado still has
Our
more
modern
podiums than
savior.
most F1 drivers. And race wins.
I can't believe he had such a meme expression, that one photo, which gets used a lot. On the topic of memes, and you all brought up racetracks. The next one, a low effort post right here, says the user, but Codemasters should make a Corona DLC with all the code tracks for F1 2021.
I think
Thoughts,
this
boys?
would look good. Yeah.
Who would not love this?
Yeah.
Insert Fallout meme. Everyone liked that.
I mean, they could, but they won't. So
Yeah.
then, yeah,
We won't get it.
it is Cody's, so
Yeah.
high expectations.
I mean, I understand that most of these tracks are laser scanned, and this would require a lot of work, which
Hard work,
wouldn't
yeah.
be possible in the current scenario. but they could maybe borrow assets, What if they collaborate with Assetto Corsa for this one time and, take Mugello, take some of the other tracks and maybe make, if possible, a DLC, otherwise it could be good for the base game next year as well. Just imagine something like that. Like you have an Assetto Corsa style thing, You pick any sort of track you want, like Project Cars 3, but with F1. That would be nice.
You realize the thing with Cody's, right? They take 12 months to produce a game like F1 2020. And everyone starts out, there's a lot of hype, there's a lot of expectations. And then 1 month in, it's all the same thing over again. It's the lobbies, it's the glitches, it's pretty much everything else. So, I mean, if you want to put more pressure on F1 2021 by asking them to make all the new tracks, I'm sure that game's going to, flop.
I think that's going to invite more
Esports
bugs.
Takes 1 year to copy paste FIFA. So what's your point?
That's the point I was trying to make. It's a yearly title. There's not much to do, and still they screw up what they have to do. So,
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
My God.
Imagine having to bring in Nürburgring, Imola, Portimao, Mugello. I mean, they're going to do a pretty shit job. Yeah.
I can see it happening though. If they do include these tracks later on as well.
Possibly.
Valid meme.
Yeah, the question is like, will they have these tracks going into the next year also?
2021 is a bit of a long stretch actually. I don't think
unless FIA themselves confirm that these tracks will be a regular in the calendar, I don't see
official,
Because Mugello is a pretty strong candidate to return next year because the drivers, the teams, everybody loved it. But then I think Mugello and Istanbul have a good chance of returning. Maybe. The others, I'm not sure.
I missed Turkey. That was a good track.
This is news to me. Everyone loved Mugello. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The team?
Yeah, the drivers
were gushing
the drivers
about it.
loved Mugello.
They would marry the track if they could.
It's a driver's track, not a, what do you say? It's not meant
Not
for
an
this.
audience track.
Not for the audience, yeah.
Cool.
But I still
And,
enjoyed it.
what happened
I didn't
this
mind the
year.
track at all.
And Sushruth had a quick note to make about this year.
I did.
You said
You were saying something now.
No, I said like considering how the race was this year, I would, you can't say it's not an audience track. It's the
If we
layout
saw-
and the way it is.
Yeah, if you saw the
Yeah.
F2 and F3 races as well, we can clearly see it's not the track that's at fault. It's the cars, the design, how they have. No wonder the teams keep complaining and why 2022 is happening. I just hope that the FIA have nailed the design spot on, pretty much spot on for 2022. There's no racing involved. It's just like you qualify good, you finish up higher, nothing else. It's like Monaco, but copy paste to each and every track because of how the designs are.
Designs.
At least we'll have better racing with 2022. Fingers crossed.
I mean, the midfield is pretty good as long as you remove the Mercs and maybe one or two other cars. The rest of the racing is pretty decent.
So
actually.
essentially telling us to remove 7 years of dominance. I see your point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, midfield is the only place where the racing's happening right now also. So.
Because that's the closest in terms of design, research, whatever it might be. Mercedes have just like crossed
they've
leaps and
dominated.
bounds. Red Bull and Ferrari have come close, but then, yeah.
Ferrari, yeah.
Yeah.
Forza
Alan-
Ferrari.
Alan's expression was like the most perfect one for every Ferrari fan. And on that note, that wraps up this time's Reddit run. On to the next one, and possibly, of course, we pick posts from the subreddit Rudra suggested to us. So until next episode, folks. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.